Merry Christmas, everyone, and happy holidays. Welcome to your December 2024 astrological forecast. So, you know what? There are two new moons this month. Okay, the first one is on the 1st in Sagittarius, and the second one is on the 30th in Capricorn. So, new beginnings at the beginning of the month and at the end of the month, and so whatever happens in between, whatever. Okay, Mercury is still in Sagittarius the whole month, and it's retrograde up until the 15th when it finally turns direct. And you know what? I am a Sagittarian. I have Sagittarius rising. So, also, okay, along with the sun in Sagittarius. So if I forget something, whatever I'm saying here now or whatever, I repeat myself, please just ignore me, okay? So anyway, on the 6th, Mars, still in Leo, turns retrograde. On the 7th, Venus moves into Aquarius. Also on the 7th, Neptune turns direct. On the 15th, there's a full moon in Gemini. And again, also on the 15th, Mercury turns direct in Sagittarius. And then on the 21st, the sun moves into Capricorn. Up until that point, the sun is still in Sagittarius. Okay, and then again, that new moon on the 30th. So, a special shout out to my subscribers for supporting me, your continued support, liking and sharing, and commenting on my videos. I thank you for all your donations and any way that you help to support my channel. I really, really appreciate it. And if you're new to my channel and you like this video, be sure to subscribe, okay? And anything you may need to know is down in the description box below, but there's a link to my website, but there's also my email address. It's just easier to email me and ask me whatever it is you would like to know regarding like chart services, okay? So, and don't forget to check out my weekly forecasts, which are now daily shorts, okay? And for all of you, when I post these monthly videos, if I have a short that is attached to the monthly videos, people are just clicking on the short and they're not getting to the monthly video. I guess they're not realizing that there's a link below in the short that will take you to the full video, full-length video, not just that little short. So please keep that in mind, okay? Now for your forecast. Hi, Gemini. Happy holidays. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. Anyway, the month starts off with a new moon in your opposite sign of Sagittarius. And the sun is here up until the 21st. And Mercury is still in Sagittarius. And it's retrograde still. Okay, it turns direct on the 15th. But it is in Sagittarius all month. Okay. So, as I explained to Sagittarius, okay, Mercury is your ruling planet, right? And Sagittarius is your opposite sign. So, Mercury doesn't do well when it's in Sagittarius. It's in its detriment, okay? Just as Jupiter is Sagittarius ruling planet. And right now, Jupiter is in Gemini. It's retrograde, but anyway. So it's in its detriment when it's in your sign, okay? Because you are opposite signs, and those are your ruling planets. Okay, so I just wanted you to know, that because Mercury has been here, well, it's like since last month and whatever, but it just seems like it's here forever. So, it is in your 7th house. That's where you have the sign of Sagittarius. Okay, the 7th house is close relationships and partnerships, whether they're business, romantic, or friendship. And it's also the house of arrangements and agreements. Also the house of competition and the house of open enemies. Okay, and by open enemies, that means someone you don't get along with, that's all. They know it, you know it, everybody knows it. It's not like a big deal. So, Mercury right now is directly across, and the sun. is directly across from whatever planets you have in Gemini, forming an opposition. And this is usually like with the sun especially, because the sun is your life force, it's energy. Okay, so you've got your sun and then you've got the Sagittarius sun directly across from each other, and it's a tug of war. It is depleting your energy in some way or other. So if you feel like, not bothering doing this, or you don't want to go here, or you don't want to speak to this person or whatever, good for you. You don't have to. Nobody does at any time of year. I'm just saying this time of year, though, you may feel a little de-energized, okay? And that's why, because the sun is one thing, okay? But having Mercury here, and it is your ruling planet. Every time Mercury is retrograde, no matter what sign it's in, it affects you and Virgo a lot more than it does any of the other zodiac signs, because that's your ruling planet. Okay, so if you feel like confused, because that's what Mercury retrograde does, it confuses communications of any kind, not just for you, but for everyone. But if you feel like there's something going on, but you can't figure out what the hell it is, doesn't make any sense anyway, just leave it at that. Trust your own intuition. All of this stuff will pass anyways. And just remember, you have Jupiter in your sign. It may be at its detriment, but it's still the best, I feel, planet in the zodiac. Okay, so anything that happens, the whole time Jupiter is in your sign, which is, I believe, up until June of next year, acts as a buffer. So you will never get the full effect of whatever may happen that you feel is negative, okay? When Jupiter leaves your sign or whatever, or somewhere down the line, you may look back and think, wow, that could have been a lot worse, or I'm glad I didn't do that, or I'm glad I wasn't there, or something. So again, if you don't feel like going somewhere or being a part of something or other, that's up to you. Just as it is for everyone. Everyone should feel that way at this time of year. But I'm just saying, you have Jupiter in your sign, so there are so many other options for you, so many other opportunities. You don't have to keep doing the same thing or being with the same people. Jupiter is supposed to bring expansiveness to your life. You're supposed to be trying things that you've always wanted to try, but either didn't have the opportunity or just didn't feel like doing it. So now is the time to do things like that. Okay, so I just wanted to point that out there, because there's a full moon in your sign on the 15th. Okay, new moon in Sagittarius on the 1st in your 7th house brings a new beginning within your close relationships. Okay, I think it's good. I think it's something very good that's happening. You're trying to understand each other, even with the Mercury retrograde, making it clear. Okay, now the partnership could be business, and that's, it's not a good time to sign contracts, or you could do a handshake deal, but, always leave yourself open for, some maneuvering room in case you change your mind, or you find out later, that something was missing from something very important to you, maybe not them, was missing from the agreement or arrangement. Okay, so if you're getting into any kind of business negotiations right now, don't sign on the dotted line, or resume it towards the end of the month. After, I would say, about a week after Mercury goes direct, which would be like the 22nd or something. Okay, and also as far as romance goes, or even friendship, if somebody wants you to do something, commit to something or other, just you don't have to do stuff like that. It's the holidays. You're supposed to be out there having a good time. The full moon in your sign on the 15th, though, is Full moons exist to bring a problem to the surface so they can be dealt with and done away with, right? So you don't have to deal with it again. And this could be one of those things. It's something minor. Again, you have Jupiter in your sign, so you're not going to, I don't even think, really offend anybody, but by saying, I don't want to go there, or I don't want to visit family, or why do I have to, how people try to make you do stuff around the holidays and you don't want to, or you do it just to please everybody. Then when you get home, you're like, God, I'm so glad that's over with. Stuff like that, you just do what you want to do. And if you have to turn somebody down, don't feel bad about it, because Jupiter's a buffer. There really aren't going to be any hard feelings. Okay, but you don't have to do what people want you to do because it's the holidays. Okay, now on the 6th, okay, I had to get that together out of the way, okay, with Sagittarius and Gemini. Now we're at, Mars is still in Leo, okay, and it turns retrograde on the 6th, where you have Leo in your chart as your 3rd house of your everyday life, the people and places you would encounter throughout the normal course of your day. It's your siblings, your cousins, your neighbors, your neighborhood. This is local travel, like a tri-state area kind of thing, or a day trip, overnight trip, or weekend trip. This is all forms of communication. You are the natural ruler of the 3rd house, okay? This is regular postal mail even, but it's email, text message, voice message, stuff like that. But having Mars here, period, just really energizes this house, okay? It's also the written word. It's a media house. It's an internet house, okay? So, you could just have more contact than normally with your neighbors or your siblings, cousins. You could have a lot more communications, especially like with neighbors. If there's something going on in your neighborhood that has got not just you, but maybe your neighbors also all riled up, and you're all going to band together to, make sure this doesn't happen and that does happen, or something or other, but it makes you very energetic within your own area, wanting to do something or other. You could even get involved in something that's happening in your neighborhood that maybe you normally wouldn't do. Even because it is this time of year, maybe you might take part in something. And again, it could even be something to like get you out of the house and away from relatives. Okay. On the 7th, Venus moves into Aquarius and your 9th house, where you have the sign of Aquarius, and Pluto is already here. It's going to be here for years to come. The 9th house is higher learning, long distance travel and communication, your philosophy on life, your spiritual and religious beliefs. It's legal matters. It's the house of adventure. Okay, it's foreign travel, people, languages, all kinds of stuff. It's also an internet house, media and publishing, right? So, with Venus here and Pluto together, it does bring about a little bit of an obsessive quality. It could be romantic, but it doesn't necessarily have to be. You could, with Pluto here, eventually over the next so many years, your views on religion and your spiritual beliefs, your philosophy, all that could be changing. You could be adopting another culture's philosophy, their way of life, anything like that. And like foreign countries and people could be kind of important. But with Venus here right now, you could have some kind of rapport with someone who does live in another country or is from another country or a completely different background than yours, cultural background, educational background, anything. There's something very different about them, but that could be what the appeal is, and as they feel that way about you also. And I do have to mention, though, because the ninth house is directly across from the third house, that Mars, that Mars and Leo, we've got the love planets here, Venus and Mars, and they're directly across from each other, creating an opposition, as just as Venus in Aquarius is creating a conjunction to Pluto in Aquarius, right? So there's something going on here in regards to travel, possibly, long distance travel, communications, something. It could be something educational, even. Both of these houses are education. Ninth house is higher, like college. Third house is like middle school, whatever. But that's what's going on here is, you could end up hanging out with someone from your own neighborhood. It could be someone you used to go to school with, someone that maybe you would not have had thought you would ever be hanging out with. It could be somebody that you know, but like never was close with. And that kind of like a friendship or even a romance could be developing there. Okay. So then, okay, on the 21st, the sun moves into Capricorn, and there's a new moon in Capricorn on the 30th. And where you have Capricorn in your chart is your 8th house of other people's money and resources. Okay, this is passive money through means other than earning it, such as a legal settlement, insurance payout, prize money, gift, like inheritance or legacy, an increase in like a bank loan or increase in credit, tax refund, something or other. Okay, so with the sun here, just brings about your attention. That was a bad cat of mine. I don't know if you saw her. Okay. Well, anyways, the sun here, it brings like your attention to, if you this is also the house of jointly held property. Okay. Also jointly held debt. So if you share even bank accounts or credit cards with somebody, it's just, something you're paying attention to at this time. Okay. With this new moon on the 30th, you could decide to do something different, maybe not spend so much money, we're going to save money. We're not going to withdraw money from the bank. Something like that. If you do have a partner, okay, and you share stuff, but if not, this is also the house of inheritance and legacies, so somebody could be, naming you as a beneficiary, or you could receive money at this time, or it doesn't always have to be monetary, because this is also resources. Okay, so, somebody could be giving you access to whatever it is that they have. And it could even be like a new friend. Okay. So the best time to do something each month is when the moon is in your own sign, and the moon is in Gemini on the 13th, 14th, and 15th. The best time to lay low is when the moon is in your opposite sign, and your opposite sign is Sagittarius, and those dates are the 1st, 2nd, 27th, 28th, and 29th. The best time for romance, recreation, creativity, fun, gambling, or speculation, and anything to do with children is the 9th, 10th, 11th, 22nd, 23rd, and 24th. The best time for money is the 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 15th, 16th, 17th, 30th, and 31st. The best time for your career is the 7th, 8th, and 9th, and the best time for communication and travel is the 5th, 6th, 17th, 18th, and 19th. So happy holidays, Merry Christmas, and Happy New Year to you. See ya.